Happy Monday, everyone. I'm hoping that you're having a blessed day. This is my second video. The last video I just done, it was no volume. I hope that you can hear me. So this is my second video. You see, my battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual realms of this world. And you might say that's ludicrous, but there is the spiritual realm of this world that we have to deal with. So, this is a pastoral moment. Let me tell you, God give us free will because He desires all mankind to be saved. So just stop lying on God and saying, oh, God made me this way, or this is God's decision. No, it's not God's decision. It's your decision. You have free will to choose, and God would never interfere with your free will. But Satan will. Satan will interfere with your free will. And in his way or no way. You ever date someone or want to date someone, they say, oh, I'll date you, but it's my way or no way, or my way or the highway. Oh, I'm glad you didn't date that person, because if you did, your life was miserable. Just like the Satan, just like the devil, just like Satan. You know, if you allow him to control your free will, your life will be miserable. And let's look at what's else on my mind today. Education. Get as much higher education as you can. I have 2 degrees, and I told a young person, no, there was an older person that was, I think she was in her, it's always the older person. Oh, you don't need degrees to be wise. Oh, degrees don't mean anything. And you notice the people that say that, young people, are the ones that don't have degrees. Don't listen to them. You can be wise, but get as much education as you can. If you can't afford a degree or university, I had a scholarship. I worked my way through school. You see, the people that don't seek higher education are lazy. Now, if you don't have, God bless the ones that don't have the mental capacity to achieve higher education, what you have, which is more than what I could ever achieve, is that you have that spiritual connection to God. God gives people that are mentally challenged an extra sense. They can see things and understand things that you and I would never be able to understand. God gives them that special gift. But for us who do have the capacity to learn as much as you can. Do and treat others as wonderful as you can. You see, love one another. And love is it's not just saying I love you. Love is action. For example, I lead by example. I've given, that's the vein. I don't like needles. But I've given almost 3 gallons of my own blood because it saves your life, my brother and sister. It's an action that saves your life. I'm a poor preacher. I'm not rich, but any money that I give and send to the poor in other countries that don't have food to eat. Oh Lord, I'm about to, Uncle Herb is a military man. I'm very strong, very resilient, and very brave and courageous. I run into tyranny. I would stand in front of a bullet to save your life. But what would bring tears to my eyes are the suffering of people. And when I learned that children, for breakfast, they have hot tea. And when they can't afford the tea leaves, they have hot water for breakfast to get that agony out of their stomach, to get their stomach from aching. That brings tears to my eyes, and I give my money, if it's my last penny, to send them money for buy some ugali and some bread and some tea. Here in the United States and all parts of the world, we throw away food. For breakfast, we got eggs, ham, bacon, biscuits, pancakes. We have buffets and we throw away all this food. How can you do that in your heart? I'm making you aware. There's people. We need the church, the Planet Earth Church Christ. We need your donation. We need for you to help Uncle Herb send his money over. You will be blessed. And plus, it's tax deductible from your 2022 income if there's no other incentive in your heart. Billionaires, millionaires, you eat at the same table with the poor people. And that's the table of death. You're going to die just like the poor people. And I don't care how much money you got, how much gold you got, how much silver you got, how much diamond you got, how much bitcoins you got. It will not buy you into the kingdom of heaven. I'm not saying you should not be rich, because God will have been generous and give you all the pleasure that you can ever have. But God also command you who are rich to be not arrogant, but be generous and give to the poor. There's always going to be poor people in the land, but God wants us to give to them to uplift the poor. If I win the lottery, and gambling's not a sin unless it become covetous, the disciples cast lot to replace Judas, which is a form of gambling. I'm not advocating gambling, because the casino is Satan church. You will be transformed to a zombie when you go into Satan church. If you are disciplined and just going to eat the buffet like I do and do a road trip and not gamble away all your money, and then you go back next week think you're going to win it back, you're going to lose more money. That's how he grasps you. That's when gambling becomes covetous. But having said that, if the devil slip or God grace me with millions of dollars, children, y'all listen to me, y'all don't get the poor children all in the United States, y'all, Uncle Herb will do all he can. I'm going to die poor. If I was a billionaire, I'm going to die poor with no money, because I'm going to share. Of course, God going to grace me with being generous in my surroundings. I don't like to drive. Yes, I'm going to have a chauffeur and all that, but all my money going to go for the poor. I'm going to find where y'all are. I'm going to grace you with God abundance, because if God bless me, I have to lead by example. I'm a true Christian who lead by example. You heard my testimony. You know that God saved me over and over and over again. I could have been dead many times, but he anointed me as a prophet in this century to propagate the gospel of his son, Jesus Christ. And I'm going to do it unto death. I have so much critics. It's because, I have a lot of critics, y'all. But they cannot stand. They cannot hold water to the gospel of Jesus Christ. And when I'm challenged by so-called religious people, men and women, who challenge me, I just lay out the gospel. And they kind of just fade away. But there's one that always try to come against my ministry, and she always fell. Constantly she fall. And it gets to the point now that I'm praying for her, because the more you challenge the gospel of Jesus Christ, the more you're leading your soul to burn in hell. Why are you not afraid of hell? Okay, fire. Earth fire, it brings us light in the dark. It helps us to cook our food. It brings warmth when we're cold. But hellfire has no light to it. You have an imperishable body that never dies. And so you're in hell in complete darkness. There is no light. Hellfire, you are being tormented. You're here grinding your teeth. You're here cussing. And people in agony, crying. You'll be in pain forever and ever and ever. Why do you want to go to hell? I've been convinced that at least 74 million Americans and probably billions around the world don't believe in God, they don't love God, they don't love you, and they look forward to burning in hell. So I'm warning you, why do you want to go there? But if you want to go there, guess what? You have free will. God, in his brilliancy and his magnificent. I don't know the word to describe God, magnificent wisdom, who give us free will, his creatures. He gave us free will. He didn't manipulate you to love him, to obey the gospel of his son. He gave us free will. So it's your choice. It's your choice. And I love that. I'm glad God cast Satan down to earth to give us a choice. And like I said, with Satan, it's his way or no way. I'm getting ready to leave, everyone. And I'm getting ready to go out into this world. There's going to be a lot of hate, people running red lights, people running stop signs, people cursing, road rage, people at the supermarkets. They are just so much hate because Satan, he's on a prowl. He's rolling around because he know his time is ended. You know there's going to be a civil war in the United States. I told y'all that last year. It's coming to Volition. You know it's going to happen all over the world, wars. And I told y'all so many times that the next war is not going to be over gold, diamonds, or fuel. It's going to be over food. Food, people. There's going to be so much shortage of food around the world. And I'm talking about the rich countries. I love you all so very much. Until next Sunday podcast worship service, take care of yourself and love yourself. Take care of others and love others, because God in heaven, he's taking care of you. His grace cannot be measured. His power has no boundaries. Let God's love shine in your life, both now and forevermore. Have a blessed week. I'll see y'all next Sunday.